Look out below. Butler thinks about the three, doesn't take it. Driving off the window. Good. Sarson, three. Got it.
Oh, my.
Ben Sarson. Moore doesn't take the three, goes baseline. Up and under.
Oh, my.
Here we go now. They are back to the Elite Eight. The Hilltoppers advance to Evansville, Indiana.
The Mountain East Conference Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament is back at Wheeling's Westbanco Arena, March 2nd through the 6th. The Mountain East is one of the nation's premier NCAA Division II leagues and is the highest scoring basketball conference in America. All session and single game tickets are now on sale at westbancoarena.com. For more information, visit MEC Tournament Central at mountaineast.org and come and join us for the 2022 Mountain East Conference Basketball Championships presented by the Health Plan.
It's a basketball night on the Hilltop, live once again from the campus of West Liberty University. The number 2 ranked West Liberty University men welcome Notre Dame, Ohio to the SRC for a crucial late season Mountain East Conference game. Now this is also senior night for the Black and Gold, but before we turn to our senior night festivities, we'd like to thank our Jack Adams Athletic Club sponsors. Thank you for supporting our WLU student athletes and their continued success. Those sponsors are Main Street Bank, Dr. and Mrs. John P. McCullough, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Dr. and Mrs. Clyde Campbell, Belmont Savings Bank, Alco Fence, IBEW Local 141 of Wheeling, West Virginia, Calcruth Roofing and Sheet Metal, Undo's Restaurant, the Alpha Tavern, Sodexo, the Gil Ullum CPA, Generations Restaurant and Pub, the W Medicine and Wheeling Hospital, the store, and the Dirty Dog Tavern. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Topper Station in the Mountain East Conference Digital Network. This is Don Clay. Happy to be joined once again by the coach, WLU Athletic Director Lynn Ullum, for the second half of tonight's senior night doubleheader. But we'll get to the starting lineups and senior night festivities in a minute. But first, Coach, we've got some breaking news on the regional front.
Oh, yeah, West Liberty in the second published regional rankings broke into number 1 this week. So IUP and West Liberty have kind of been going back and forth with that, but West Liberty with the big win at Fairmont on Saturday, the overtime win, got the nod this week, and they're setting number 1 in the Atlantic region.
And the significance of being number 1 in the Atlantic region, not necessarily now, but at the end of the season is what, Coach?
Oh, you get the host. And I can tell you, whoever hosts has a decided advantage in getting out to the Elite Eight. That's the way that it's usually played out. So, a lot of basketball left to be played. Both teams got to go through conference tournaments, and you never know what's going to happen. But I would rather be number 1 than number 2.
Absolutely. And again, speaking of Fairmont State, that was a great revenge win Saturday afternoon in Fairmont. The Hilltoppers have a chance to get some more revenge tonight because this Notre Dame team, and we were both up there at South Euclid in November, this Notre Dame team dropped an 82-81 upset loss on us earlier this year.
Yeah, they have some individual talent, and probably the thing that surprised us up there is West Liberty did not play terrible that night. They didn't bring a D game or a C game, maybe a B minus, but Notre Dame got them. West Liberty got a good look at the buzzer, and it didn't go down, and Notre Dame pulled the upset. But West Liberty's focused. They're playing well. They have a 10-game winning streak. So let's see if they can keep this hot run going.
Absolutely. Second 10-game winning streak of the season, Coach. 20 of their last 21.
Yeah, and that's unusual. You know, it's hard enough to have one of those, but to have 2.
Well, I think now it's time to turn our attention courtside for tonight's senior night festivities. The Hilltoppers will be honoring 3 seniors tonight. And first, we will honor the Hilltoppers' only senior cheerleader, and we apologize, but we didn't get the name passed along to us.
I think it's Megan Murphy.
Thank you, Coach. I can count on you to know all the cheerleaders.
Well, and if I screw that name up, I'll apologize. But
Okay.
I think that's what I heard.
But at any rate, cheerleaders, an integral part of the college basketball experience.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, they add the environment to the game. They get the fans riled up, and we need all the support we can get.
And that brings us to Coach Ben Hallett and his 3 Hilltopper seniors. Starting with Victor Kovacevic. Victor transferred to West Liberty from NCAA to Quincy, Illinois over the summer in order to play his final collegiate season as a Hilltopper. He started all 26 games for WLU, averaging 8 points and nearly 4 rebounds a night. He leads the team with 26 blocked shots, and he's hit double figure 10 times in the scoring column. He had a season-high 19 points against nationally ranked Fairmont last month and has season highs of 7 rebounds and 5 assists on 5 separate occasions. Majoring in computer information systems, Victor's joined tonight by his parents, Dragan, Nana, and his sister, Mima. Victor Kovacevic.
And I can't say enough about this young man. You know, he comes in, and it's got to be tough not only for you from an international country, but you're coming into a situation where you're here for 1 year and a nationally prominent basketball team. Boy, is he fit in.
Oh, absolutely. Incredibly engaging young man. And here comes the crowd favorite at his best when the spotlight shines the brightest. Marlon Moore will be playing his 123rd career game tonight. Named to the all-tournament team at the 2021 Atlantic Regional and the 2020 MEC Championships, Marlon's been a crowd favorite while racking up more than 900 points and 600 rebounds during his years on the Hilltop. He's had 42 games with double-figure points, 13 with double-figure rebounds. A business management major with a marketing minor, pardon me, Marlon is joined by his parents, Yolanda Rufus and Marlon Moore Sr. Ladies and gentlemen, Marlon Moore Jr.
Yeah, and you said it. He is a fan favorite. And, you know, and I have such respect for this young man for the way that he's handled what his role has been. You know, here's a guy talented enough to start for most teams in the country, but he is perfect to come off with that second unit and be the go-to person.
And he gets that nickname, Big Game Marlon.
Yeah.
So, and last but certainly not least, 3-team All-MEC shooting guard, Will Yoakum burst onto the WLU scene as a 2019 Freshman All-American. He was also honored as a 2019 MEC Freshman of the Year and the 2020 MEC Tournament MVP. Injuries forced Will to miss the end of the 2021 season and most of the current campaign before his recent return. Will has scored 1,266 points in his 82 games on the Hilltop. He's hit double figures 62 times with 24 20-point games and 2 games of 30 or more points. Majoring in business administration, Will's being escorted tonight by his parents, Julie and Lee Yoakum.
And Will has had a storied career here, and unfortunately injury bug has hit him here, but he's back playing again, and you know, he's an all MEC, all region type talent, so he's played an integral part in a lot of Hilltopper wins.
Oh, absolutely, Coach. And his Director of Athletic Operations, Rex Lancaster, takes that group photo. That is a really talented group of individuals right there. And on top of that, engaging, bright. The best part of this job is getting to interact with kids like this on a daily basis.
Oh, yeah, and that's the great thing that I love about these teams. We talk about it on the women's side, and it's every bit as true on the men's side. You see these kids, you know, whether it's in the building or across campus, and you talk to them, and we argue about who the best players in the NBA are, and they're a special group, and it shows the way that they play on the court.
Okay, and I think we're just about getting ready for Mountain East Conference basketball. I hear the music starting. We're getting ready to introduce the starters. Starting with the Notre Dame Falcons. Number 0, John Godinez, a 5'9" redshirt freshman from Baltimore, Maryland. Number 3, Jadon Willis, a 6-foot junior from Baltimore, Maryland. Number 12, Tylen Crawford, a 6'3 junior from Woodbridge, Virginia. Number 14, Michael Sampson, 6'4 junior from Houston, Texas. And number 30 is Sam Jackson. He's a 6'7 junior from Fernandina Beach, Florida. Notre Dame's 15-11 overall, 12-8 in MEC play. Mark Richmond with a 32-40 record in his third season with the Falcons. And now, your Hilltopper starters. Number 1, Malik McKinney, a 6'3 junior from Bowie, Maryland, averaging 9.1 points a game. Number 2, reigning MEC Player of the Week, Bryce Butler, 6'5 sophomore from Notre, PA, 17.9 points a game. You've seen him before, 6'8 senior Victor Kovacevic, number 10, 8 points, 3.9 rebounds a game. Number 23, junior all-region guard Pat Robinson III, 6'3 guard, 20.5 points a game. And last but not least, number 24, Ben Sarson. He's a 6'6 jumping jack freshman from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, averaging 7.8 points and 4.3 boards a game. The Hilltoppers are 24-2 overall, 18-2 in the MEC. Coach Hallett has a 123-20 record in his 5 seasons at the helm and has just clinched his 5th consecutive Mountain East Conference title. Coach, this should be a good one.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. We talked about the revenge factor, but West Liberty's playing for a lot. You know, they're locked in. They're the number 1 seed. Notre Dame's locked in at the 5, so this game doesn't have conference tournament seeding implications, but for West Liberty, serious regional implications.
Well, the ball's in a circle. It's in the air. There's the Main Street Bank tip-off, and we've got basketball on the Hilltop. Cadina's into the front court for Notre Dame. This is Willis. He's their leading scorer. Right side. Lefty stroke for Michael Sampson. 3-0 Notre Dame. Sampson, 11 points, 15 rebounds in the first game up at South Euclid. Malik McKinney into the front court for the Hilltoppers. Pat Robinson puts the ball on the floor. Can't find a gap. Curls in. Fade away. Won't go. Hustles after his own rebound. Can't get it. Tracked down by Willis. Here come the Falcons. Into the corner. Tylen Crawford. Nice closeout by Bryce Butler there. Jadon Willis. Crosses over, gets past Ben Sarson. Ben puts his hand on him, that'll be a foul.
Yeah, not a good start for the Hilltoppers here in the first minute. Notre Dame knocks down the long 3. Ineffective possession by West Liberty, and then they get the reaching foul here.
And the first foul on Ben, first on the Hilltoppers. Along the baseline, gets it inside. This is Crawford, can't get it to go. Loose ball comes all the way out to Godinez for a wide open 3. There's those fortunate bounces you're talking about, Coach. It's 6-0 Notre Dame. Into the front court, this is Butler. Working against Sampson, right side, this is Pat Robinson. Curls it back to Butler for 3. Won't go. Big rebound, Dan Kovacevic. Gets it outside. Pat can't get it to go. Bryce Butler works inside, finds a wide open Sarson for 3. That won't go. And finally, Godinez controls the rebound for Notre Dame, and the ball's knocked out of bounds off of Godinez. Great poke steal by Bryce Butler. Hilltopper basketball.
West Liberty gets multiple offensive rebounds, but can't find it from distance, but their press forces a turnover. Let's see if they can get a basket here.
Well, I hope the women's team didn't use up all the makes, as you like to say.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Backdoor cut. Great catch and pass by Sarson. Kovacevic can't finish, but he's hammered. He'll shoot a pair.
Well, that was a tremendous pass by Ben Sarson. You know, you just... he gets better every game, and just to have the presence of mind there on the lob pass in midair to find a cutting Victor on the weak side.
First free throw is good for Victor Kovacevic. That foul, number 30, Sam Jackson, 6'7 junior from Fernandina Beach, Florida. His first, Falcons first. 18-11 Notre Dame. Second shot rolls around. It's 6-2 Falcons. Hilltoppers with the press, nearly a travel. Godinez is trapped in the corner. Deflection steal, back from Barson, and it's 6-4. Hilltopper pressure paying off early.
Another really nice pass there by Ben Sarson.
Pat Robinson steals the inbounds pass over to Sarson. Malik McKinney, top of the key. Victor Kovacevic lines up a three. It's senior night, and he'll celebrate with a three-pointer to give the Hilltoppers a lead. 7-6 West Liberty, just like that.
Yeah, and the press playing dividends already.
Boy, we lost the match up there, and Notre Dame gets into the front court with ease. Willis with the ball. Switching off. Jackson back out to Willis. Lines up a three. Can't get it to go. Good rebound. Notre Dame can't finish. Kovacevic with the ball. He brings it up on the dribble. Give and go. Bryce Butler. Victor Kovacevic is on fire. He's enjoying senior night early.
And I'm more impressed with the pass. You know, that's the third straight possession where they've got nifty passing here.
Yeah, we're 3 minutes in. There's a steal by Malik McKinney. Saves into the... Oh, and it's turned back around. Almost a foul by Pat Robinson. Good job to avoid it. Notre Dame, an adventurous trip, gets into the front court. Sampson gets Kovacevic in the air and finishes. Hilltoppers back into the offensive end. Kovacevic. With the curl and the layup past Sam Jackson. Victor Kovacevic's got 9. The Hilltoppers have 11 and a 3-point lead. Still on the inbounds. Bryce Butler. Reverse layup can't go. He's fouled.
That is called a blitz.
And Butler will go to the line for 2. Hilltoppers platoon is ready to come in. And we remember what they did at Fairmont Saturday, Coach.
Yeah, it's been that way all season. You know, West Liberty, we just keep talking. They're not dependent upon any one player, even when they're All-American type players. West Liberty, they just get production across the board and in so many ways.
And Butler gets the first one down. It's 12-8 Hilltoppers. Second one rolls around and falls. Jared Denbo comes in to pick up Bryce Butler, and we got 5 new Hilltoppers on the floor. Marlon Moore pressuring the inbounds pass. They get it in, almost a walk by Crawford. Ball's loose. He tracks it down. Deep three, won't go for Willis. Moore with the rebound. Here comes West Liberty. This is Montague. Fresh off a West Liberty season high 8 assists at Fairmont on Saturday. That one got away. I think Marlon may have zigged when Michael Zornig thought he was going to zag or something. At any rate, they missed connections, but there's pressure in the corner. They get it back to Willis. He's across the timeline. This is Barker into the corner. Talon Crawford drains a three-pointer. 13-11. Hilltoppers back the other way. Marlon. Fouled on the drive. Fouls on number 11, Dalen Lee. His first, third on Notre Dame. Wow.
It's that corner, you know.
Well, Garrett Denbo, I mean, he probably should start receiving mail in that corner.
Yes.
My goodness. Notre Dame breaks the press, gets into the front court. Lee drives, finishes, 16-13. This is Denbo, kicks it back. Montague's open. So's Marlon Moore. He throws up a three. It won't go. Strong rebound by Will Yoakum, blocked from behind. And they force a travel. Good aggressive pressure there by Zach Russell.
Yeah, that's the 6th turnover already by the Falcons.
Ball comes in deep to Will Yoakum. Here's Marlin between the circles. He'll throw up a three. No good. Yoakum up strong, can't get the rebound, but it's knocked out of bounds by Notre Dame. That'll take us to our under 15 media timeout, but we're going to keep it here with a word about some very special people.
These students have been a part of the broadcast for the past 4 years and make it possible for us to bring
At this time, we'd like to recognize the seniors with Topper Station. Now, these students have been part of our broadcast for the past 4 years. They're the ones that really make it possible for us to bring you the live streams and TV broadcasts and games that really make Topper Station what it is. And these seniors are Beth Allen, Isaac Basinger, Daniel Flavin, Kelsey Jones, Maria Murphy, and Caitlin Wheeler. Thank you, folks. As we said in the women's game, we could not do it without you. Coach, pretty good start for the Hilltoppers, but Notre Dame's not taking a backward step.
Oh, no, and we thought that. But remember, we are just so spoiled at West Liberty. We anticipate and we think that they're going to come out and be up 20-2 to start every game. And these teams have scholarships, and they have players, and they have coaches, and it's usually a cumulative effect. You wear them down, and at some point, West Liberty goes on one of those classic 10-0, 12-0 runs. So it's been a good start for West Liberty, but Notre Dame's already hit 3 or 4 threes in a row in this game.
Well, that's a good point. And addressing your point about the other teams have talented players too. Remember when I was a kid growing up as a WLU fan, Don Nealon always used to say after a tough loss, he said, well, remember the other guys are on scholarship too.
Yes.
Back to live action. Very nicely executed inbounds play. Zach Rousseau finishes off the assist from Christian Montague. It's 18-13. Hilltoppers into the press. Ball comes into Dalen Lee. He's trapped, forces a bad pass, and it goes out of bounds. 7 turnovers already, Coach?
7 turnovers. And you know what's funny? West Liberty really struggled to turn Notre Dame over up there. They really struggled in that game, but they've been ultra aggressive, and they're sealing the traps and making things happen.
This is Montague. Baseline drive. Will Yoakum finds Montague deep. Attacks the rim, kicks it back out. Will Yoakum for 3. Boom! Does that look familiar? Will Yoakum with a 3-pointer on senior night. It's 21-13 Hilltoppers. Sampson with the run out. He beat Yoakum down the court. Will got there a little bit late. He just in time to foul him, trying to get the block. Sampson goes to the ground, but he'll shoot another. 21-15 Hilltoppers.
You know, getting back to Will Yoakum, we know that he can knock down threes, but on the 2 previous possessions, he got 1 offensive rebound, battled on another one, which Notre Dame knocked out. He's been a phenomenal offensive rebounder in his career.
Yes, he has. Sampson gets the free throw to go. 21-16. Notre Dame showing pressure. Lobs. They trap Marlin. A great find for Yoakum. Euro step. He's fouled as he goes in. He'll shoot a pair.
Isn't it amazing how the Euro step has just continued to grow as a move in the United States? You know, it's called a Euro step for a reason.
Oh, absolutely. Will can't get his first free throw to go. Yeah, I wish I'd have known about that back in the day when I was playing. I could have told, I could have argued with the officials, said, no, that wasn't trapping, that was a Euro step. Because we couldn't do it back then, could we, Coach?
No.
Yoakum with the second one. It's good. 22-16 Hilltoppers. Starting lineup back on the floor for the black and gold. 14:07 on the clock in a fast-paced first half. Into the corner. Ball's loose. It's on the floor. Sampson tracks it down. Gets the ball out high. This is Barker. Gets the rim. And Victor Kovacevic spikes it into the wrestling mats. 23 seconds on the shot clock for Notre Dame. They'll have a baseline inbounds. Barker will trigger in from underneath the basket. And they run a version of the same play West Liberty does, but they can't finish. Here comes Victor Kovacevic leading the fast break with a no-look pass. The finish by Malik McKinney, and it's 24-16. Back tap, Pat Robinson a steal. Almost couldn't quite get the pass inbounds. Great hustle from the all-region guard.
Yeah, incredible hustle by Pat, and he has continued to get better defensively in his career. The previous break, Victor goes coast to coast with a no-look dish to Malik McKinney. It's just fun basketball to watch, fundamentally sound basketball to watch.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everybody thinks of Pat as a scorer, which obviously he is, but they don't know that he also leads the team in steals, and until Christian Montague had that 8 assist game the other day at Fairmont, Pat was leading the team in assists as well. Very well-rounded player. Lee with a deep three, nothing but net. Falcons hanging tough, 24-19, 13-10 to go. This is Montague. Kicks it back out, Bryce Butler. Gets it to Kovacevic. Puts it on the floor. Over to Pat Robinson. Little contact. They wave it off. He can't penetrate. This is Bryce Butler. Under 10 on the shot clock. Ball fake. He's hit. Can't finish the left-hand rebound. He's fouled on the rebound. He's a beast underneath, Coach.
Oh, he's a quick leaper. He can get off his feet very, very quickly, and you know, sometimes guys mature physically at a different age. And I had watched him play in the preseason, and I had told Coach Hallett, he's become a man. You know, a man inside, and he's a quick jumper, and he's old school.
Hey, he makes the first free. The thing I liked about him from the start, from the first time he got here, you could tell he was really basketball smart. And I think his body has caught up with his brain, and we've got a pretty good package right now. Notre Dame into the front court. This is Godinez. Driving against Malik McKinney, who just takes the basketball off of him, says, I'll take that. Finds Montague out loose. Couldn't quite control it to get the layup in. Pat with a steal. He says, I'll just take that later myself, thanks. Incredibly fast hands.
West Liberty has now forced 9 turnovers in the first 7 minutes and 44 seconds.
Foul on the inbounds to Malik McKinney, his first, Hilltopper's third. Notre Dame trying to get it in. Willis gets the ball, but he has no place to go. Steps out of bounds. Hilltopper's ball again. Sideline inbounds. McKinney to Butler. Heavy pressure from Barker. Shuffle handoff. This is Robinson. Out high. Kovacevic switches hands. Stripped on the way up. Barker again. Into the front court. This is Lee into the corner. Godinez caught the ball and stepped on the sidelines before he could get the shot off.
I'm telling you, it happens at least once every game by our opponents.
Now, you wouldn't think it would make that much difference, but of course they moved the three-point line, you know, maybe a foot or so, and you know, you think, wow, a foot, that's not that much. But it really cuts into that space in the corner, doesn't it, Coach? Oh, Bryce Butler with a great find from Victor Kovacevic.
Yeah, that's a set play off of the flex cut.
We got a 10-point lead, folks. It's 29-19, 11:30 in the first half. This is Willis trying to get to the rim. There's a whistle. And I think they got Victor on the arm on the way past. Victor's first foul, 4th foul for the Hilltoppers in this half. Still a baseline inbounds. Sarson back on the floor for West Liberty. This is Barker for Notre Dame. Over to Lee. Working against Rasile. Pushes off. Drives in. Can't get the finish. It's a rebound. Finds Barker. Pass to it. Marlon Moore. Quick outlet. This is Butler. Hands it back. Rasile for three. Won't go. Marlon working the boards. Out of bounds. And it's deflected. They're going to say it's off a Hilltopper and go to Notre Dame. Marlon Moore keeping that ball alive on the offensive boards. And Marlon Moore knocking the ball out of bounds on the inbounds.
West Liberty just never gives you a chance to breathe. And when they're as aggressive as they are tonight, boy, they can make life miserable for you.
Yeah, and you may think that's an insignificant play to just knock it out of bounds like that. And Sarson knocks it out of bounds also. But we've gone from 10 seconds to get across the timeline to 7. And I can assure you the Hilltoppers are quite aware of that. Not that it mattered in this again, but and they got Pat with a, I don't want to say a cheap foul, but it was pretty inexpensive that far from the basket.
Yeah, but it was a foul, meaning I'm up here and your mind works faster than the whistle, and he tried the knife in front of the dribbler and the contact was made.
Only his first, 5th on West Liberty. Your score 29-19, 10:40 left in the first half. This is Barker for Notre Dame. Top of the key, Crawford. Lee for a deep three. That looks good. It is good. 29-22 West Liberty.
Notre Dame continues to shoot it well from deep.
Will Yoakum, he'll line up a three. Will Yoakum can make three-pointers, folks. Don't back off of him. That's 7 points for Will, 32 for the Hilltoppers. It's a 10-point lead again. Crawford across the timeline. Gets it back over to Willis. Lee with another three-pointer. It won't go. Yoakum with the rebound, brings it up himself. Crosses into the front court. Right side. Rasile gets it underneath. Bryce Butler fakes the pass to the corner. Looks to distribute. Here's Marlon getting into the paint. Loses control of the basketball. It's a turnover. Here come the Falcons. Willis, a quick trigger three. Marlon with the rebound. Hilltoppers coming back the other way. We're under 10 minutes in the first half.
Jump hook.
And Butler, I mean, he's got 3 or 4 inches on that. There's nothing that kid can do.
Yeah, and I mean, I know Bryce's game so well, I can tell you what he's going to shoot about every single time.
34-22 West Liberty. Into the front court. Sarson got caught, and I think his foot came down on the basket support. And he's down now, being attended to by our trainer, Jason Coleman. That brings us to our under 10 media timeouts, and we'll take it with them. With the score, West Liberty 34, Notre Dame 22. You're listening to Hilltopper Basketball on Topper Station and the MEC Digital Network.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank. The right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
If your home or business has been damaged by fire, call the Single Source Provider. From board up to move back in, we provide content and structural services, and we guarantee no smoke smell. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. The team, the Mountaineer.
Spring, that's tops for bucks. For the West Liberty cheerleaders, $10 per, and the cheerleaders will be on top at halftime next week.
And we welcome you back to the SRC on the campus of West Liberty University. Your score with 9:11 to go in the first half. Number 2 ranked West Liberty 34, Notre Dame 22.
Let's hope Ben Sarson is going to be fine. It looks like it's an ankle injury that kind of went off on his own power. I'm hoping that's a good sign. But
yeah, off in the distance, we can see the West Liberty training staff working with him on the table. Looks like they're going to retape him.
And he is just, and I've said it so many times this year, he just continues to get better in every aspect of the game. You know, we know he can rebound and jump, and he started knocking down threes, and he's demonstrated the passing tonight, and he's blocking shots. He gets better.
Dalen Lee at the line for Notre Dame. Misses the first shot. He'll get another. Lee with 8 points already for the Falcons. Second one's up. It's good. West Liberty 34, Notre Dame 23. Into the lineup for Notre Dame, Michael Sampson returns. Jamar Talbert takes a break. Bryce Butler walks it up for the Hilltoppers. Right side, Victor Kovacevic. Handoff. Zach Russell for 3, won't go. Ball's tipped around. Rebound to Crawford for Notre Dame. Under pressure. Nice save by Willis. Keeps possession. Transition. That's a block for Bryce Butler. Sampson gets the finish on the second try. That was a nice backdoor cut, but fastball was a little high and tight there, Coach.
Yeah, it was. You almost have to bounce that one.
I was able to work in a baseball reference.
Yeah, well, that's twice. You talked about Mazeroski in the first game.
Notre Dame inbounds. Breaks the pressure across half court. This is Willis. Turns the corner, gets past Denbo. Goes for the block, misses, but he gets quite a bit of Willis, and Willis will go to the line to shoot a couple.
Fouls over number 12, Garrett Denbo. That is his first, team number 7.
Jaden Willis, leading scorer for Notre Dame, making quite a fashion statement for those pink shoes, Coach. I'm just not quite sure what that statement would be.
Is February the Think Pink for the women? I mean,
yeah.
So
maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Good call on that, Coach. I'm going to have to try to get out one. Well, he makes both free throws. 34-27 West Liberty, 8:25 to go in the first half. Montague to the left side, is Kovacevic back to Montague.
Notre Dame breaks out their zone.
Here's Robinson outside. Puts it on the floor. Lobs it over to Denbo. He throws up a 3. It doesn't go. Rebound, batted around, controlled by Notre Dame's Willis. Here he comes at speed. Works against Montague, can't get it to go. Kovacevic collects the rebound. Hilltoppers have numbers. Kovacevic pulls it out, but he finds Montague left side. Here's McKinney. Puts it on the floor, kicks it back out. This is Pat Robinson for 3. Back iron won't drop.
You know, West Liberty's back into one of these mini funks that we've seen in a number of games this year. Let's see if they can find their way and get an easy one on the next possession.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that, Coach. Good call. Barker back to Lee. Backdoor cut. Denbo with a block. Here's Willis down the middle, gets the finish. And it's a 5-point game, 34-29. Bryce Butler back up to the scorer's table. He'll be coming in. Robinson turns the corner on a curl. He gets hit.
Remember, this is kind of the way the game went up at Notre Dame. West Liberty had going up, I think, as many as 15 in the first half. Notre Dame closed a little bit at the end of the half and then finished it off in the second.
And slowly and surely, the game began to be more at their pace. Ball comes in deep. This is Pat Robinson with about 7:05 on the clock. He turns the corner, gets it up, gets it down. 36-29. We're under 7 minutes. Tough shot for Pat Robinson.
That was not an easy shot.
Into the front court. Nice pass from Jackson. That's denied. 3-point try. He can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Kovacevic comes out with the ball. Perry comes on the dribble. Right side, Montague wide open. 3-pointer. Oh, it's good at the threes. Tried to fight its way out, but gravity won. 39-29, 6:20 left in the first half.
Victor gets a block, a rebound, and an assist, all in that last possession.
Well, as they said in his senior notes, he checks off a lot of boxes. A floater won't go for Barker. Butler with the ball. He just goes right down the court, and he's grabbed from behind. That'll be 2 free throws. Probably a smart move for Jackson.
Oh, we were going to see a flying dunk there. And for those of you out there that did not get a chance to see the game down at Fairmont, West Liberty was down 1 with the shot clock off, and they get an incredible steal, and Bryce gets a flying 2-hand dunk to give the Toppers the lead again.
Oh, that game at Fairmont, Coach, that was just highlight play after highlight play. I mean, it was just a reel.
Oh, and just so many swings in the game that we're going to win, we're going to lose, we're going to win, we're going to lose. It was just back and forth, but give West Liberty credit. They did not crumble after Fairmont made the big comeback, and they faced some adversity and stood tall in overtime and came away with a huge, not only conference win,
yeah,
but a huge regional win. Fairmont third in the region.
Yep. And so we had a brief break for one of the Notre Dame players had blood on him, and he went to get cleaned up, and he's back now. But getting back to that game just briefly, Coach, you talk about ties and lead changes all the time. When's the last time you saw a game that had 2 ties and a lead change in the last 0.5 of a second of regulation?
Yeah, maybe never.
So the first free throw won't go for Bryce Butler. He'll try again. That one rattles around, and it kicks its way out. Rebound Kirkland for Notre Dame. Into the front court. Kirkland. Out high, this is Barker, right side. Crawford kicks it back. This is Willis. Butler stays down. Boy, a desperation shot for Willis. Nowhere near. McKinney with the rebound. Montague into the front court. Kicks it back to McKinney. Montague out high. There's Pat Robinson. Puts it on the floor. Loads up the spinorama. Can't finish. Ball comes loose. Victor with a foul in the backcourt. That's the second foul on Victor Kovacevic tonight. Number 8 on the Hilltoppers. That'll send Notre Dame to the line for a 1-on-1. Tylen Crawford, 6'3" junior, Woodbridge, Virginia.
The whole key for Notre Dame is, they had those 11 turnovers, and that was pretty much in the first 10 minutes. And they've gone 5 or 6 minutes here without a turnover, and back to a 9-point game here.
Crawford makes the first. And the second. It's 39-31. Pat Robinson into the front court. Into the corner, this is Montague. Screen from Butler, rolls inside. Ball's knocked away, a nice defensive play by Willis. Stays for the Hilltopper. 16 seconds on the shot clock, 5:07 left in the first half. Will Yoakum back on the floor for West Liberty. Pat Robinson out high. Yoakum in the corner. Under 10 on the shot clock. Montague inside. Contact, but he did step on the baseline. That's another turnover for the Hilltoppers. And that'll take us to the under 5 media timeout. With your score, West Liberty 39, Notre Dame hanging tough at 31. You're listening to Hilltopper Basketball on Topper Station and the MEC Digital Network.
We respond to infectious outbreaks with EPA-approved disinfectants. We offer full-surface and high-touch decontamination, whether your facility has had a case or you'd like a precautionary cleaning. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, the team the Mountaineers call.
BSB tip of the day. Your bank should have a good rewards program. Kasasa Tunes gives you rewards for iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon, depending on how you use your checking account. That's Kasasa Tunes at Belmont Savings Bank.
And we'll welcome you back inside the SRC on the campus of West Liberty University. 4:56 remaining in the first half. Your score, number 2 West Liberty 39, Notre Dame 31. Coach, we got 5 minutes left. What do we need to see from the Hilltoppers to finish out this half?
Well, they haven't pushed the ball at the rate that they normally play at, and they just haven't moved the ball enough in a half-court set, which has kind of been, if West Liberty has one Achilles heel, they fall into that trap occasionally, but they just need to get the game moving up and down again.
Notre Dame brings the ball in. Hilltoppers trapping in the back court. They get the ball to Godinez across the timeline. Heavy pressure from Montague. He gets it back. Backdoor cut. Great pass, nice finish. Michael Sampson, 39-33, 4:30 to go in the half.
You know, it's just one of these 5 to 6 minute lulls that West Liberty has fallen until your All-American makes a shot like that.
Can you get extra points for degree of difficulty? Great shot by Pat Robinson. It's 41-33. Notre Dame breaks the press again. Godinez pulls it back out. They'll go into a set. This is Barker underneath. Godinez picks it back out to Barker. 3-2, just ahead of the shot clock. Won't go. Fight for the rebound. Big rebound, Pat Robinson. Heavy contact. Here he comes. Avoids the charge. Kicks it back out. That's Will Yoakum. He'll line up a 3. Won't go. Big rebound, Marlon Moore. Can't finish. Gets his own shot back. It don't go. And he's hit, going back up, and it's a jump ball. Arrow stays with the Hilltoppers. The call was not universally received well by the Hilltopper faithful. But the ball does stay with West Liberty, so with 3:28 left in the half, 20 on the shot clock, Hilltoppers inbound under their own basket, leading 41-33. This is Montague. He finds Butler in the corner. Skip pass, Will Yoakum. Looking underneath, right side, this is Marlon Moore. Working against Godinez. He's got a height advantage. Kicks it back out. Pat Robinson for 3. Front iron, no good. Long rebound to Notre Dame. They're into the front court. This is Barker. Godinez between the circles. Working against Montague. Loses the ball briefly, gets it around. He gets it back. This is Barker. Looks at 3. We're under 10 on the shot clock again. Baseline. Jumper. Nice finish. Obina Agwakosi.
Don, just to show you what this drought has been like, West Liberty had 34 points with 9.5 minutes left in this first half.
Yes, and I think it's been a while since West Liberty has turned them over as well, Coach. Contact. Pat Robinson asking where's the foul. He still makes another high degree of difficulty shot. 43-35 West Liberty. 2:20 on the clock. Notre Dame, this is Godinez into the front court. Pulls up for 17-footer. Nothing but net. 43-37. Hilltoppers the other way with Marlon Moore. This is Bryce Butler. Directing traffic. Gets it to Will Yoakum in the circle. attacks the rim, spin, left hand, great finish. Under 2 minutes to go, it's 45-37 West Liberty.
Will Yoakum with 9 first half points.
Notre Dame gets the ball in. And West Liberty pulls back. Crawford, a little change of pace, gets to the rim for an uncontested layup. 45-39, minute and a half left in the half.
I think Coach Hallett was frustrated with the intensity on the press as they were inbounding.
Nice lob from Marlon Moore to Butler for the easy finish, 47-39. This is Godinez, fakes the outside shot, finds Sampson for an open three that spins around and out, won't go. Moore with the rebound, Butler into the front court. Back to Moore. He's hit at the top of the key, that'll be a foul.
Fouls on number 5. That is his first foul of the race.
And that's Obino Guakazi's first foul, the 8th foul on Notre Dame in this half. Marlon Moore goes to the line, shooting a 1-on-1 with exactly 1 minute remaining. Nothing but net on the first one. 48-39 West Liberty. Moore with the back end. Big game Marlin gets them both. Back to a 10-point lead, 49-39. Victor Kovacevic returns. Notre Dame gets the ball in. And they come across the timeline with Godinez working against Montague. Handoff, this is Talbert. Right side. Adio, back out. Godinez. Back out to Adio. Drives in on Yoakum. Hotly contested shot, can't finish. Here come the Hilltoppers the other way. This is Pat Robinson with a hesitation and the easy finish. 51-39 West Liberty.
Timeout, West Liberty.
Quick timeout for Ben Hallett. He's going to get Elijah Watson into the lineup for this last 25 seconds, protecting Victor with these 2 fouls.
West Liberty, nice little run here in this last 2 minutes. Picked the game up, getting to the rim. We had a dead building there for about 7 minutes.
Boy, we did. And it's certainly not out of the woods yet. As you've seen, this Notre Dame team already came from 15 points back against us up there. Certainly capable of doing it here. 24.3 seconds left in the first half. Notre Dame basketball, they trail 51-39. Be a baseline inbounds.
Coach Hallett wanted to get his press set up and maybe force one more turnover.
And they back out of it. Notre Dame comes across the timeline. Here's Godinez, and now they run up and attack. And there's the tip, and that's exactly what they got, Coach. Pat Robinson with a run out and a layup. I think you may have seen that before.
Yeah, that was good coaching right there.
Willis manages to draw a foul with his off arm, and it looks like he's going to go to the line shooting 3 free throws with 1 point, and he makes the second one. Yoakum with the desperation heave, won't go. And that's the end of the first half. Well, you're not going to argue about a 12-point lead at the half, are you, Coach?
No, it was just, it was a weird game. West Liberty just got out to such an incredible start, forcing the turnovers, and they went a little dead there for a little bit, but they made a nice run in that last 2 minutes, and they go in with the 12-point lead.
Yeah, good finish to the half. Okay, well, the Hilltoppers, they lead 53-41 at the break. We'll step aside now for a few minutes. When we come back, We'll take a look at those first half numbers and get you ready for second half action. You're listening to Hilltopper Basketball on Topper Station and the MEC Digital Network.
I'm Troy. I'm an art education major here at West Liberty University.
The art education program at West Liberty is really like a big family. It's about teaching a way of creative thinking, a way of honest, unique self. When you come here, don't think that you need to change yourself. You can always be yourself, and the community here at West Liberty will accept you for you regardless. This is a community in and of itself, and the Hilltopper Nation will gladly have you.
For more information, go to westliberty.edu/artaid.
I'm Carly Pajak, and I'm a senior majoring in nursing at West Liberty University.
I've always had an interest in medicine, but I chose to major in nursing because I love to help others and positively impact people's lives every day. I think it's important to know that West Lib's nursing program goes beyond the classroom, from going to the lab to clinical, even studying every night. The professors really keep us busy, but it's better to prepare us as nurses in the future.
For more information, visit westliberty.edu/nursing.
Hey, I'm Troy. I'm a junior here at West Liberty in the art education program, and I'm going to take you a walk through my day. And now we're going to head into F209 in Creative Arts to look at our dynamic compositions for 2D foundations.
We see a little bit of positive and negative. Yeah. Like we see this as positive, right? And this as negative. Is the negative as interesting as positive?
I chose art education at the beginning because of summers off, and I thought grading art would be really easy, but over the course of my first semester, I realized it's a lot deeper than that. It's about teaching a way of creative thinking, a way of honest, unique self, like teaching your own unique self, because every human's thought process is different, and through art, your appreciation for visual cues are all different per person. I would like to continue on and teach in the high school setting, and then eventually I want to work my way into my master's, and then end up teaching, hopefully at a university.
Now we're heading into Intro to Exceptionalities.
So we're going to look into a tribe. Grouped at your table, you're going to be looking into this tribe and discussing how you feel about this tribe.
With the education courses, you're going to have in-class lectures per usual with other education majors, some entry level, some maybe further on, and then just growing in field components as well, so you will be teaching in a field environment, in a classroom with other teachers, and learning about other ways you can teach students.
And now we're heading into our studio course for Drawing 1 with Mr. Pencil.
So we went through that whole process of how we start, right? Keeping this contour nice and light, don't be heavy-handed, because then we need to take that contour and eventually push it into the drawing as we develop our value.
In the art program, you start with your fundamental courses first. You're going to be taking studio courses, so main courses like Drawing 1, 2D Foundations, and then you're going to grow from there into printmaking. You don't build the photorealism from first and then take Drawing 1. They would have you build through Drawing 1, then Drawing 2 and 3, and then so on, and then you would get to the more complicated and diverse stuff.
Now we're going to head into Art Theory and Criticism with Dr. Groves.
Today, we are going to actually do a project. Okay, today's teaching is about critical thinking. You did a worksheet on how do you teach art history through a critical thinking lens.
The art education program at West Liberty is really like a big family. I was taken in as a transfer student, and Dr. Grubbs took me in and he really showed me the path of my art career further, being a design student and working through education as well.
Right now, I'm pulling out my materials for my solo art exhibition. Well, not solo technically, but my piece is in the exhibition for the National Art Educators Conference.
For my exhibition project that I'm working on, it's for the National Art Educators Conference. It's coming here early October. I'm hoping to enter 3 pieces just to show in the gallery that we have in our Fine Arts Center. I've really never exhibited any pieces, and it's really going to be my first time doing that, and I'm really excited for the opportunity to be able to do that. For my other independent work, I like to do a lot of creative design on Adobe products such as like InDesign, Photoshop. I like to do a lot of apparel work. I still have a huge passion for fashion design and merchandising. It was my original major that I fell in love with, but for unforeseen circumstances I had to transfer, and honestly I think it was for the best because I could still continue that passion alongside my degree with art education. It being a much smaller college, I thought I wouldn't get the social experience that I would have had at my D1 university originally, and I thought I would have gotten singled out, and honestly would have slipped through the cracks a lot easier than I would at a large university. But honestly, I was embraced like a member of the family, and it made me feel extremely comfortable, and it made me feel extremely confident. And when you come here, don't think that you need to change yourself. You can always be yourself, and the community here at West Liberty will accept you for you regardless. So if you have any fears, don't, because this is a community in and of itself, and the Hilltopper Nation will gladly have you.
Alright, thanks for following me through my day. If you need more information, check us out on our website.
My name is Madison Story, and I'm a senior here in the Zoo Sci program at West Liberty University, and today I'm going to show you what it's like to be a student here. And now we're heading into animal behavior class. So we left off talking about classical conditioning. What's common in classical conditioning, and that's useful to us, is the idea of external inhibition. West Liberty Zoo Science program, it is one of the few universities in the country that offers a zoo science program. It's really unique in the aspect of not only do we have the on-site animals in our labs to work with, we have a larger collection of animals compared to most of those other programs, and we definitely have the largest or one of the largest reptile collections with a diverse amount of species that you really wouldn't get to work with at a different program or even sometimes in zoos. It's super cool being able to sit in a classroom and like take our herpetology lecture and have those different reptile species be in the room with us. And it really drives home the point, or helps students learn, when you're learning about a species and you can have the species right next to you, and it definitely helps the learning experience. Now we're heading into field biology lecture.
You've got your quadrat. You're going to calculate the total area of your quadrat. Each side is a half meter.
So the way the program is set up, your freshman and sophomore year are spent mostly taking your entry-level zoo or just animal behavior courses, basic animal husbandry courses. And then after your sophomore year, you get to decide whether or not you want to stick more towards the zoo animal management track or go more the applied con route. And there's a couple classes that are different in between the two. With the applied con route, it focuses more on getting you experience in the field. You get to work a lot more directly with Dr. Loafman's crayfish lab. And instead of requiring you to do zoo internships to graduate, it requires you to get field experience, either with the crayfish lab or a different lab. And now we're at the Oglebay Good Zoo for our animal behavior lab.
Who do you want to do, and then I'll just drag the other.
I can do Poe. I don't think he'll like step up, but West Liberty Zoo Science program has a really unique relationship with the Oglebay Good Zoo. It's the only AZA accredited zoo in West Virginia, and it's very unique having the director of a zoo also be a professor at the university. Very rarely do you get to interact with a director, let alone have them teaching your classes. So during your freshman and sophomore year here, the goal is to work with the animals in the labs here on campus. And then after you get about 200 hours working with the animals here, you're able to do internships during the semester or just work at the Oglebay Good Zoo and get that experience with endangered species, more large mammals that we couldn't have on campus through an AZA zoo. And now we're out here for our field biology lab to catch crayfish. crayfish. The field biology course is one of the required courses for both the zoo side track and the applied conservation track. It's a great chance to get everyone some field experience. This semester I am in a group that is helping the new postdoc in the crayfish lab, and we are sampling the creeks around Wheeling. We're taking measurements and looking at sexual dimorphism in 2 species of crayfish. So I chose this program mostly because West Liberty is a little bit closer to home for me, but far enough away from home that it's still a good college experience. Really, the reptile aspect brought me in. I knew going into this that I really enjoyed working with reptiles, but being able to get this hands-on experience with such a diverse collection has allowed me to gain confidence working with large animals that could be transferred to working with large mammals, large raptors, and not just large reptiles. My personal goals after leaving West Liberty is to go into wildlife rehabilitation, but taking the skills learned here from basic husbandry procedures, I can take that experience and use it to build upon for birds or mammals. Thank you for checking out our program today. For more information, just check out our website.
Hey, my name is PJ Mazik, and I'm a second-year dental hygiene student. I chose West Liberty because it's far enough away from home, but not too far. I wanted to wrestle in college, and West Liberty Wrestling is knocking on the doors nationwide. On the academic part of things, West Liberty Dental Hygiene Program is well respected nationally as well. We actually have a full-size dental hygiene clinic here on campus for West Liberty staff and students, and it's open to the community. My years here have been nothing but the best, and I feel overly prepared for my next step in life. Visit westliberty.edu/DH for more information. Hey, my name is PJ Mazik, and I'm a second-year dental hygiene student. I chose West Liberty because it's far enough away from home, but not too far. I wanted to wrestle in college, and West Liberty Wrestling is knocking on the doors nationwide. On the academic part of things, West Liberty Dental Hygiene Program is well respected nationally as well. We actually have a full-size dental hygiene clinic here on campus for West Liberty staff and students, and it's open to the community. My years here have been nothing but the best, and I feel overly prepared for my next step in life. Visit westliberty.edu/DH for
individual stats first. Hey, welcome back to Topper Station in today's coverage of Hilltopper basketball. This is Don Clegg with the coach, Lynn Allum. We made it to halftime with number 2 West Liberty leading Notre Dame 53-41. About a minute and a half left in halftime, Coach. What can you tell us about the individual stats from the first half?
Well, West Liberty had 2 double-digit scores. Pat Robinson game tied high, 12 points. Bryce Butler added 11. Michael Sampson leads Notre Dame with 12. In the rebound department, Victor Kovacevic and Marlon Moore, 6 boards each. Sampson has 5 for Notre Dame, and in the assist department, 2 toppers with a team-high 3, Bryce Butler, Victor Kovacevic, and for Notre Dame, they have 3 different players with 2. The team stats, West Liberty continued, and they had a red-hot shooting game at Fairmont. Didn't they have like 58% or so? shooting 55.6 in the first half, although they were a little cool from the three-point line, 5 of 15. Notre Dame shot 41% from the floor. The rebounding battle is tied at 9 apiece. West Liberty has 13 assists on 20 field goals. Notre Dame 8 assists on 14. But the biggest stat of the half, West Liberty with 53 team points, carries a 12-point lead as we start the second half.
There you go. And the teams are back out on the floor. Clock is counting down. There's the horn. We are just about ready for the final 20 minutes of regular season basketball inside this building this year.
And you know, we're sitting here thinking, geez, West Liberty just didn't play that well. They scored 53 points, have a 12-point lead over a team that came in at 14 and 10. They slowed the tempo down enough. It just gave the impression that what is wrong here?
Yes. And again, it goes back to what you were saying. It's like when we have a 14-point lead, it feels like we're 10 points down because our average margin of victory is 20-some points. Willis goes inside. He can't make the shot over Kovacevic. Scramble for the rebound on the floor. Malik forces the tie ball. And the Hilltoppers control.
And a good way to start the half here. Force the tie up, and somebody steals the possession.
And Butler walks it up the court for the Hilltoppers.
Notre Dame goes to the zone.
Kovacevic out high, inside. This is Butler. His man falls down. There's a layup, a flop warning for the Notre Dame player as Bryce brushed against him as he spun into the lane, and it looked like he was hit with a cattle prod. Into the front court, working the paint. That's Jackson. He kicks it back out high. This is Sampson. Handoff. Godinez drives to the lane. Can't finish, but he was hit by Malik, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Foul zone number 1, Malik McKinney. That is his second team foul in the half.
Only the second foul on Malik McKinney, obviously the first on the Hilltoppers in this half.
Godinez listed at 5'9". He's had a good game, though.
Well, I think he's 5'9" because he lets his hair grow. But he played well up at Notre Dame as well. And there's a hustling rebound by Sam Jackson on the missed second free throw. Victor Kovacevic almost with a steal, saves it back in. Jackson grabs it. And they're going to ask to have the shot clock reset because they said Victor had possession as he was diving out of bounds, grabbing the ball and throw it backwards over his head. A discussion with the officials. Oh, no, and they adjust the shot clock down to 18 seconds. My apologies to the boys in their black and white stripes. Crawford turned the corner, couldn't get the shot over the challenge by Kovacevic. Skip pass, this is McKinney, drives into the lane, knifes inside, tries to get the layup. And they have a charge call.
And again, whether it was a good call or not, I'm not going to debate that. I just think it's a call that is really, I just don't think it's good for the game. I'm telling you, put me on that rules committee. I'm moving that line out another 1.5 feet.
Yes.
It's impossible to go and jump by. People try to jump by people.
Okay, the ball was knocked away. Originally, they're asking if we put 10 seconds back on the time. Notre Dame, this is Willis trying to get it in. Having trouble, he gets it in, gets it back, gets it across the midcourt line. Hesitation dribble goes past Kovacevic. Can't finish. Victor challenged that one. Here's McKinney into the front court. Pat Robinson inside, goes up for a shot. He's fouled from behind. Fouls on Tylen Crawford for Notre Dame.
And you know, Don, we talked in the pregame, I think when we were doing the senior accolade things, that Victor has 26 block shots on the season. That seems low, but he's probably challenged 100. Like back-to-back possessions in his first half where he elevates with these guys and he gets his arms straight up and they shoot fadeaway air balls. So you don't have to block the shot to be a great defender.
And Pat splits a pair of free throws. It's 56-42 West Liberty. Ties their largest lead of the night. 18:26 left in the game. Ball comes into the corner. Notre Dame breaks it. 2-on-1. Hesitation. Finish by Sam Jackson for the Falcons. Hilltoppers back the other way, 56-44. Butler to Kovacevic. Inside to Butler. Curls inside, and the hook. Automatic, 58-44. Yoakum almost with the steal off of Godinez.
And we talk about how old I am. And I'm old school when it comes to post play. And it is just so fun to watch Bryce when he gets the ball in the paint.
Here's Jackson working inside against Pat Robinson. Can't finish. Nice rebound by Victor Kovacevic. Brings it up. This is Butler. Inside, Will Yoakum. Nice give and go. Butler with the finish. Great assist from Will Yoakum. It's 60-44, biggest lead of the night. Crawford has the ball. He's trapped. Here's Willis. Finds Jackson leaking out down court. Yoakum won't let him have the gimme layup. He'll shoot a pair.
Well, I'm just impressed that that's twice this game that Will has attempted to block those. You know, coming off of the knee injuries, how's he going to, in these situations, is he going to try to jump with people? And he has.
Yeah, you're not seeing any fear out of him. Here comes the first platoon shift. First free throw is good for Jackson. It's 60-45, 17-15 left on the game clock.
Jackson at the line.
Second one's up and good. 60-46. Dalen Lee replaces Jackson in a Notre Dame lineup. Montague walks it up the court for the Hilltoppers. Left side, this is Marlon Moore. Over to Denbo. Brasil into the circle, out to Denbo, baseline, spins, tries to get the ball to Montague in the corner. It's intercepted by Willis. Foul in the back court. And I think that's going to be on Denbo going for the steal.
We talked about on the women's side, but the men too. The men conclude the regular season with a road game at Wheeling University at 4 o'clock on Saturday. And I'll get to plug in our nationally ranked wrestling team will host the NCAA regional wrestling tournament here all day Saturday.
Pretty big Saturday of action for Hilltopper sports teams, Coach.
Yeah, and all the teams are gearing up for the Mountain East Conference tournament held at West Banco Arena next week.
Absolutely.
Ticket information can be found on the MEC site, and they have various packages.
Dalen Lee at the line for Notre Dame. He was fouled by Zach Rousseau on a drive to the basket. That was Zach's first, the Hilltoppers' fifth. Lee's first one goes, he'll get another. 16:39 on the clock. Second one won't drop. Score stays 60-47. Rebound by Denbo. Montague into the front court. Kick outside off the Webb. For three, no good. Nice rebound. Montague with the follow. It won't go. Good rebound by Dalen Lee for Notre Dame. And here come the Falcons. Willis draws contact. Blocking foul called on Rousseau. That's his second. 6 on the Hilltoppers. Falcons will be in a bonus with the next free throw or next foul. Willis working against Austin Webb. Picks up a screen. Out high, they've switched off. Lee is on Webb now. Tries to take him inside. Forces up a shot. Won't go. Big rebound, Marlon Moore Jr. Here's Montague into the front court. Curls a pass over to Denbo. Back out. Montague for three. Count it! 63-47. Hilltoppers ties the largest lead of the night. 15:40 left in the game. Barker into the front court for Notre Dame. This is Crawford. Kicks it back outside Lee. Lee working on Moore. Willis against Webb. They've got to travel, which unfortunately prevented Christian Montague from picking up a steal and a run-out layup.
Yeah. And it's just crazy. I was just going to remark, Notre Dame had 11 turnovers in the first 10 minutes. Then they didn't turn over for 9.5 minutes. Got one at the end of the half, and they just go in 5 minutes here, and that was their first one. So basketball is a weird game.
Absolutely. Marlon Moore attacks the rim, gets inside, and a strong finish over Lee. 65-47 West Liberty. And they've got Willis trapped in the corner. Oh, but leaking out long. That's Michael Sampson. He can't finish. Oh, but he gets his rebound and puts it back. Montague into the front court for West Liberty. 65-49 Hilltoppers, 14:44 on the clock. Montague crossover, kicks back out. Marlon Moore for three. Won't go. Rebound. That's Sampson for Notre Dame. Working against pressure. This is Willis. Tough feed to Michael Sampson and a great finish as he's fouled. He'll be shooting an and one free throw when we come back, because that takes us to our under 15 media timeout with the score. West Liberty 65, Notre Dame 51. You're listening to Hilltopper Basketball on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training. Or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
And we welcome you back to the campus of West Liberty University inside the ASRC. West Liberty 65, Notre Dame 51. We've got 14:25 left in this one. Coach, the Hilltoppers they haven't put this away yet, but they seem to have righted the ship just a bit.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was ever unrighted. It's just we have such high expectations for what we're watching out here. And I think what it all boils down to is because Notre Dame has done a remarkable job of not turning it over in the last 15 minutes or so. 2 turnovers in 15 minutes. It's just slowed the tempo of the game down. West Liberty hasn't been able to get into their classic runs.
And which is kind of what they were able to do up in South Euclid in November.
Yes, for sure. Recipe, the only difference is they cut into West Liberty's lead really quickly up there.
Yes.
In the second half, and not so much to this point.
Well, again, Sampson finishes the three-point play, cuts the lead to 65-52. Hilltoppers back to work on offense. Nice find underneath. Victor Kovacevic, Bryce Butler with a finish. 67-52 West Liberty.
Victor with another nice high-low pass out of the flex look.
Yeah, the thing I really like about Victor is now he doesn't get a ton of minutes, but he's had, there's a walk. Turnover Notre Dame. Victor doesn't get a ton of minutes, but he's really productive when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he's battled foul trouble the entire season.
That's true. But he's already had 5 games this year with 5 assists from your 6'8" center. One of the best passing centers we've seen. Montague with the three won't go. Knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say last touch by Victor Kovacevic, Notre Dame basketball. Bryce Butler drops back to play free safety. Notre Dame barely gets it in. There's a throw deflection by Victor Kovacevic. They keep chasing it. Willis finally tracks it down. That was an adventurous inbounds pass, Coach.
Yeah, it was like a little indecision from West Liberty.
Barker with the spin, but Will Yoakum stays right with him, affects the shot. He doesn't grow any iron at all. Nice find for Will Yoakum. Butler with a three, in, out, in again. Assist Will Yoakum, three-pointer. Bryce Butler, it's 70-52. Biggest lead of the night.
Great pass by Will Yoakum in transition.
Into the front court, this is Willis for Notre Dame. Back outside, Dalen Lee working against Kovacevic. Nice find on the cutter. Audio can't finish. Montague with the ball. Beating everybody down the court is Bryce Butler. Then he returns the favor with the feed to Will Yoakum. It's 72-52. There's a 20-point lead. And it's timeout on the floor. Great sequence there, Coach.
No, there's the run that we were wanting to see. When the game gets going north-south, and Victor challenged another shot, hit the rim down here and forces a miss, and West Liberty gets into the running game.
Absolutely. Well, they're going to take this to immediate timeout. We'll take it with them. With the score 72-52 West Liberty, you're listening to Topper Station on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Undo's Catering, family owned since 1953. With 4 newly remodeled catering facilities throughout the Ohio Valley, Undo's can accommodate banquets from 25 to 700 guests. Undo's caters weddings, picnics, corporate events, holiday events, and job site drop-offs for the construction and oil and gas industry. Call 304-233-5566 today.
Welcome back to the SRC on the campus of West Liberty University. There's 12:41 left in this one, and West Liberty has opened up a 20-point lead, 72-52. Bryce Butler with 22 points and another strong performance for the reigning Mountain East Conference Player of the Week.
Will Yoakum, his first double-figure game in well over a year.
And I think also meaningful, his first double-figure minutes. This is the most we've seen of him on the floor, and he's looking pretty good, Coach. And we go back live. Notre Dame with a baseline inbounds. Barely gets it into Lee. There's a trap. Barker comes back. Eases the pressure. Notre Dame will set it up. This is Willits. Barker comes out to take the pass between the rings, working against Yoakum. Inside, this is Lee, working against, cuts the pass, won't go. Sampson can't finish. Yoakum can get the rebound. Here's Butler between the circles. Pulls it back out, see what he has. Gets it to Victor inside. Ball's knocked away. Nice pass. Can't finish. Unfortunate for Pat Robinson. Had the rebound. Couldn't control it. It rolls out of bounds. That looked like Notre Dame had a fast break layup there, Coach, but good hustle by the Hilltoppers turned them aside.
Yeah, West Liberty's challenged a number of shots in the paint today, and Notre Dame has struggled to convert those. Won the game, they're only shooting 37%, and West Liberty's shooting 57.1 from the floor.
Having trouble getting it in. Finally, Sampson takes it in the corner. Gets it back out to Willis up top. Working against Butler. Fadeaway left-hander, won't go. It gets back to him, but he stepped on the line as he was catching the ball. did not reestablish in the field of play before the rebound. West Liberty basketball. And McKinney walks into the front court for the Hilltoppers. This is Marlon Moore over to Bryce Butler. Moore with a handoff. Loses the handle. Ball's loose. Notre Dame comes up with it. Here's Barker. Butler shuts it down. They kick it back outside to Willis. Into the paint. Dalen Lee. And Malik McKinney giving away 2 or 3 inches. They got caught with the arm bar in the back.
That is his fourth. Team foul number 8. Zach Brazil back in.
Well, tough luck for Malik. That's his 4th foul of the evening. The 8th for West Liberty. Zach Brazil onto the floor to replace him.
West Liberty picks up a quick 18 fouls in this half.
Lee makes the first, he earns a second. And I'm sure somebody somewhere will be quick to point out that Notre Dame has only one.
Yes.
Lee makes them both. Cuts the lead to 72-44. There's 11:09 remaining.
Jamar Talbot Jr. back in for Notre Dame College.
Barker comes off for Notre Dame. Jamar Talbot, number 10, replaces him. Hilltoppers into the front court. This is Pat Robinson. Left side, Will Yoakum. Out high, Bryce Butler. Dribble handoff. Brazil out high. Pat Robinson puts it on the floor, attacks the rim. Another one of those impossible shots that Pat makes possible. And they will not count the basket. They'll say the foul occurred before the shot. Inbounds goes to Marlon Moore. Gets inside. A little unlucky on that shot. There's a strip underneath. Notre Dame survives, gets the ball across half court. This is Willis. Left side. Lee for 3.
3-point shot, Dalen Lee.
It's good. He's got 15 points tonight.
And Notre Dame cuts it back to 15.
Robinson gets the rim through traffic, can't finish. Notre Dame rebound, but Marlon Moore heads up, draws a charge, gets the ball back for West Liberty.
Fouls on number 12, Tyler Crawford. That is his 4th team foul.
And even more significantly, that's the 4th foul on Tylen Crawford, one of Notre Dame starters. He'll go to the bench.
Back in for Notre Dame College.
Adia replaces him, number 13 for the Falcons. And there's that scissors inbounds. Rasul with the finish and the foul. Welcomes Mr. Adio to the floor. His 2nd foul. 4th on Notre Dame. Rasul to the line. Try to finish off the conventional 3-point play. Which he does. 75-57 West Liberty. 10:22 left in this one. Well, as quickly as Mr. Audio came to the floor, he returns to the bench. Willis working against pressure. Notre Dame breaks it into the front court. This is Sampson. Hands it back. This is Lee. And he's heating up here, Coach.
That was deep.
It was. 75-60 Hilltoppers. Lee with his 3rd 3-pointer of the game. Back outside, this is Yoakum. Rasul. Back out to Yoakum. Spins into the lane, dipsy-do. Won't go. Butler with the tip, won't go. Rebound to Sampson for Notre Dame. Here come the Falcons. This is Lee. Tried to put a move on Rasul. Lost control of the basketball. It rolled out of bounds. And that'll take us to our under 10 media timeout. So we'll take it with them. With the score, number 2 West Liberty 75, Notre Dame 60. You're listening to Hilltopper Basketball on Topper Station and the MEC Digital Network.
What if your bank offered CDs with consistently competitive and higher interest rates?
That's what I want.
What if, unlike other banks, they're normally open more hours? And they don't use high teaser rates on CDs only to lower them later.
Isn't that the way all banks should be?
And even more, several of their CD accounts have some of the best interest rates.
That's money in the bank.
The right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Some scores from outside.
Well, Mercyhurst and Cal Mims in a really big regional matchup. 74-72 Mercyhurst with 3 minutes left. And in a Mountain East Conference game, Concord 68, West Virginia State 60, and a upset there with 13:29 left.
Wow. Hey, we're back live. Here's Christian Montague into the front court for West Liberty. Inside, this is Marlon Moore. Down low, Bryce Butler. That was just a mismatch, Coach. Mouse in the house, 77-60 West Liberty.
He just, every game, just tortures people in the paint.
Rasil with the deflection, Montague with the steal, back to Rasil. Turns down a 3, gets it over to Montague. Marlon Moore from 15, in and out, tough luck shot. Fight for the rebound, guess who? Bryce Butler with the finish. He's got 26 points, 79-60 West Liberty. We're under 9 minutes.
26 points on 11 of 13 shooting.
He takes a lot of high percentage shots, Coach. Well, Mike Sampson backs his way in again. Picks up a foul from Rasil.
Zach Rasil playing excellent post defense there, and I think he got away with the shuffle.
Yeah,
before he draws the foul call.
Yeah, he was not in an aggressive way. He was just asking for some clarification on the call from the official.
Well, what happened? It's the old pulled the chair out from under him.
Technical foul on West Liberty bench.
Well, we've had a technical foul assessed on the West Liberty bench.
Team number 10.
And they'll shoot free throws after Willis completes his shot, and he missed that one. He gets one more. And it bounces around and falls. Not really sure what happened there, Coach. I didn't see anything.
I was looking down in the paint, so.
Yeah, it was the FAR officials on our side. Apparently he did see something or hear something because he was very demonstrative.
Yeah, well, it had to be on the coaching staff because if it's on a player, that's a personal foul, right? So.
Yes, absolutely. Anyway, your score 79-62, 8:45 left in the second half. Hilltoppers into the front court. Bryce Butler finds Marlon Moore wide. Puts it on the floor. The hanger, and he gets it to go. Marlon Moore, 81-62 West Liberty. There's the pressure to get it into Sampson, over to Barker. There's the trap. Talbert across. Willis for 3. Lefty gets it to drop. 81-65. Montague over to Butler. Give and go. Marlon Moore can't get it to finish. Watson had a wide open offensive rebound, and the late whistle will send Marlon Moore to the line.
team number 5. Marlon Moore Jr. at the line.
Only the first foul in the area is Barker for Notre Dame. 5th foul for the Falcons in this half. Marlon Moore makes the first free throw. 82-65 Hilltoppers. Pat Robinson replaces Bryce Butler in the Hilltopper lineup. Marlin cases both in. 83-65. Tylen Crawford back on the court for Notre Dame with his 4 personal fouls, but under 8 minutes to go, Coach. There's no reason to keep him on the bench.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen coaches lose games because they're afraid to play people with fouls.
Willis, another 3. That won't go. Long rebound is kicked out. Notre Dame ball. Dalen Lee kicks it back out. Tylen Crawford just in, spins, working on Rasil, draws a foul, gets the basket inside.
Give the Falcons credit, they won't go away. Every time it looks like West Liberty's ready to get this up over 20, they battle back and trying to cut it back to 15 here.
Absolutely. Crawford can't make the free throw. More with the rebound. Hilltoppers into the front court. 83-67, 7:30 remaining. This is Elijah Watson. Kicks it out. Montague for 3. Won't go. Good rebound by Crawford. A lot of pressure. Marlon Moore gets the steal. He finds Watson. Hilltoppers will reset. Well, Zach Rasil said, I'll take a 3. Thanks. 86-67. What a stroke by Zach Rasil. Notre Dame struggling to get it in. Head coach Richmond calls a timeout. 30-second timeout, coach. We'll keep it here. A lot of positives to be seen from this game tonight, not the least of which is an 86-67 lead with less than 7 minutes to play. But really enjoyed seeing the senior night, 3 quality young men being honored, and especially getting to see Victor come out playing really well. Will Yoakum, first really, I wouldn't say extended minutes, the first double-figure minutes and double-figures points, with the production. So far, so good, but we still have 7 minutes to go on this journey. We're back live. Baseline inbounds for Notre Dame. And they look to throw deep. And they miss connections.
Peter Dawn, I'm going to comment on that play. You see so many of those thrown away, and I think we have too many one-sport athletes. I mean, I'm being serious. How can you throw a baseball pass if you've never played baseball or softball or football?
Well, and I would agree, and there's watching a great lob. He couldn't get the finish. They're going to get Zach Rasil with a reach under the basket, and we're going to walk to the other end of the court and shoot 2 free throws.
Fouls on number 25, Zach Rasil. That is his 4th.
Well, that's Zach's 4th. So he'll be going to the bench. Malik McKinney, who's already picked up his 4th foul, will be coming back in to replace him. This is Crawford at the line. 2-shot foul. He makes the first. 86-68.
These seasons go by so fast, it's hard to believe it's the last regular season game here at the ASRC.
Boy, it is. Just seems like yesterday we were watching open gyms and thinking, hey, we think these guys will be pretty good. Makes it both, 86-69. Victor Kovacevic into the front court for West Liberty. Watson out high to Montague. Tried to get it inside to Kovacevic. Pass actually hit the backboard. Kovacevic scrambling. Loose ball. Scramble. Watson gets it. And there's going to be a 10-second call, which they don't see.
That's because the shot clock was reset.
Yeah, I know it was. I didn't see a possession. Anyway, the layup's good. Robinson inside. He's hit. No call. Now there's a call. I think it's a foul on the rebound.
You know, this is only a 15-point game with 6:12 left. So.
Oh, absolutely. This is not over. Elijah Watson going to the line. He's shooting 2. He was judged to be following up the shot when he was hit on the rebound. First one bounces in. 87-71 West Liberty. Bryce Butler re-enters for the Hilltoppers. Watson makes them both. 88-71 West Liberty. Will Yoakum replaces Elijah Watson on the floor. A few more minutes for Big Will. Notre Dame gets it in. This is Talbert. Comes across half court. And they did see it with a double dribble. The ball got trapped against his chest. A little unfortunate for the young man. Another turnover for the Falcons.
Notre Dame up to 20 turnovers on the day.
Sideline inbounds for the Hilltoppers. Malik McKinney walks it up. We're under 6 minutes. Malik turns down a 3. Looks inside, kicks it back out. This is Butler. Kovacevic looking inside. He'd like to find Bryce Butler if he could. He gets it in the corner of Malik McKinney. McKinney spins into the lane. He's hit. He finishes. He'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
That is his first team foul, number 7.
He got Jamar Talbert on his hip and just spun towards the basket and abused him.
Malik's strength.
Completes the 3-point play. We're back to a 20-point lead, 91-71, 5:44 remaining. Will Yoakum with a deflection. Notre Dame controls. This is Crawford. Gets it across the line. Talbert attacks the rim. Found a gap and got there. Pat Robinson. Dual possession with Will Yoakum and a Notre Dame player. Notre Dame player was standing out of bounds. Ball goes out of bounds to West Liberty. 24 seconds on the clock, on the shot clock. Baseline inbounds. Will Yoakum pops free. And the pass hits him in the foot and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that was about the easiest play of the night.
A little unlucky.
Now you're breaking out soccer terms.
Oh. Butler with a deflection. I'm trying to think of a good soccer term here. Notre Dame gets the ball into the corner. Back out, this is Willis. Deflection by Kovacevic, steal by McKinney, out to Kovacevic at the perimeter. Great pass to Butler inside. Bryce Butler, 28 points on the night. Coming off a 30-point night at Fairmont State. 93-73 Hilltoppers, 5:07 to go.
He's also 12 of 14 from the floor.
Well, again, and he's one of the leading field goal percentage guys in the nation, too. And you can see why tonight. Just so skilled around the basket. Crawford's first free throw goes. Robinson and Kovacevic go to the bench. Crawford will shoot the back end. It goes 93-75.
You must help or I cannot get the ball.
McKinney brings it up for the Hilltoppers. This is Butler outside to McKinney. Hesitation dribble. Fakes the pass, gets to the rim, finishes. 95-75 West Liberty. We're under 5 minutes to go. Barely beat the 5-second count, but they get across the timeline. This is Willis, left side, all alone. That's Sampson. Works his way inside. That ball's rejected. Out of bounds. I think it was Marlon Moore that got the block. And that'll take us to our under 5 media timeout. Once again, we'll take it with them. We have 4:35 left in the game. Your score, number 2 West Liberty 95, Notre Dame 75. You're listening to Hilltopper Basketball on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Where are you going? The store in West Liberty. The store is open 7 days a week with daily lunch specials, hot food and cold sandwiches, Patsy's Pizza, and a wide selection of chips, pop, and other snacks, as well as household goods and hygiene products. We've also got a wide selection of beer and an ATM. Stop on in and check out the store, located at the top of the hill in the town of West Liberty, a proud supporter of Hilltopper Athletics.
Hey, we welcome you back to the SRC on the campus of West Liberty University. Your score, West Liberty 95, Notre Dame 75, 4:35 to go in this game, Coach. Is it over yet?
Not to be conceited, but I think it's over, but we talk, you don't ever want to let the game get sloppy, so. And we still got to get to the century mark. 100 for 100 club.
Yes, we do. Certainly within range. 5 points away with 4:35 to go. Teams are back on the floor. Notre Dame will be inbounding under their own basket. This is Lee with the basketball into the corner. Willis working against Montague. Fadeaway 14-footer, crawls in. 95-77.
Just a tough shot. Pretty good defense, but a better shot.
Moore just outside the circle. Montague. Into the corner. This is McKinney. Fakes the three, puts it on the floor, attacks. Tried to get it to Will Yoakum in the corner. Ball was deflected. Steal. Moore. Will Yoakum with a dunk. That was great to see. The elevation in the finish, 97-77. We're under 4 minutes. Willis, the floater is good, 97-79. 3 points away from 100 for 100, Coach. Montague fakes like he's going to try to put us over the limit. We got a whistle. Coach Hallett is going to get a rolling timeout. Get Victor Kovacevic back on the floor and Bryce Butler off the floor. Both young men get a nice round of applause.
Well, he's got all 3 seniors on the floor, maybe in anticipation of taking them out.
I think that's exactly what it is. Montague for 3, and there's your 100 for 100. 179 West Liberty, 3:20 to go. And a steal. No. Notre Dame hangs on to it. Willis, ridden pretty much all the way down the floor by Victor Kovacevic, but he drops in the 17-footer, 100-81. Montague over to Kovacevic. Down underneath, Marlon Moore, great pass for Victor Kovacevic. 102-81. And that's Victor Kovacevic's 6th assist of the night. A season high for the senior. 3-point try. Crawford gets it to go. And another rolling timeout. Mass substitutions for the Hilltoppers. Kovacevic, Yoakum, Marlon Moore, all 3 leaving the floor to a very well-deserved round of applause for tonight and the rest of their careers here at West Liberty.
Well, let's hope this isn't their last home game.
Absolutely. We would love to be hosting a regional. We have experience in that area, Coach.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I will say. We have been blessed, and it's not just in my tenure. West Liberty was hosting regional events long before I became the athletic director, and I think we've always done it at the highest level possible, going back to whenever we hosted our first.
Oh, absolutely. Back to the action. This is Elijah Watson out wide. Gets it back to McKinney. Rough trip. And he'll get the foul.
West Liberty is shooting 60% from the floor today. And you know, we talked, and these seasons go by so quickly, but remember, we were talking way back in January, but the one thing about this year's team, they weren't quite as efficient on offense, winning a lot of games, but you know, for that first 10, 12 games, whatever it was, 14 games, they were shooting 47, 46%, but now they're one of the leading field goal percentage teams in the country. And
what, top 10? Absolutely. McKinney gets his first one to drop. He'll get another. It's up. Around and out. Score stays 103-84. We've got 2:20 left. This is Willis. Attacks the rim, can't finish. Fight for the rebound. This is Dalen Lee. It's a man's world in there. Nice finish by Agbakazi from Notre Dame. 103-86. We're under 2 minutes. This is McKinney. Outside the web. Down low, this is Watson. Loses the dribble. Steal for audio. Shot won't drop. Rebound Denbo. Minute 30 left in this one, Coach. Another rolling timeout.
And see, I like that Coach Hallett realizes these rolling timeouts, no one's going to be called, you're disrespecting the opponent. It's to get your younger kids in the game. And that's, whoever thought of that,
yes,
was pretty darn smart.
Yeah, it's good to see Luke Powell get on the floor. Now we can get a little pool going and see how long it's going to be before Luke Powell yanks up a three, because he is an incredible three-point shooter. And I think before he gets a chance, they're going to get Elijah Watson on an offensive foul. It was an aggressive move to the hoop. Minute 13 to go, 103-86. Chris Richardson into the lineup for Notre Dame. Sampson goes to the bench. Lee with the ball, bringing it up. He's working against Luke Powell.
We've got to see 215 points out of Hilltopper basketball tonight.
Richardson just into the game with a heat check from the corner. It won't go. Denbo with the rebound. Rasil into the front court. We're under a minute. Attacks the rim, kicks it back out. Denbo for three. Oh, in and out, no good. Long rebound. Rasil tracks it down, and we reset. Rasil drives. Great finish by the young man there. That's impressive, Coach.
Yes, it is.
105-86, 35 seconds to go. Notre Dame walks it up. Into the corner, that's Lee. That one doesn't go. Nice rebound by Richardson. Can't get the finish. Talbert with a hustling follow. 105-86.
Zach Rasil, that last basket, put him into double figures with 10 points.
And Luke Powell exercised a little restraint. He'll just dribble it out. 7-6. Great win for the Hilltoppers tonight. 2-1. And this one belongs to the Hilltoppers. Your Your final score, number 2 West Liberty 105, Notre Dame 86. West Liberty has avenged both of its losses during the regular season. Coach, final thoughts?
Pretty workmanlike game. You know, they jumped out early. After trailing 6-0, came roaring back and pretty much took care of business and just try to finish this out with a win on Saturday and get prepared for the MEC tournament.
Absolutely, Coach. That's going to wrap it up for us from the ASRC tonight. As Coach mentioned, the Hilltoppers close out the regular season at Wheeling on Saturday with the women tipping off at 2 p.m. and the men following at 4. We hope to see you there. You've been watching Hilltopper basketball on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network. Once again, your final score, West Liberty 105, Notre Dame 86. For Coach Lynn, this is Don Clegg saying thank you and good night from the Hilltop.
The Mountain East Conference men's and women's basketball tournament is back at Wheeling's West Banco Arena, March 2nd through the 6th. The Mountain East is one of the nation's premier NCAA Division II leagues and is the highest scoring basketball conference in America. All session and single game tickets are now on sale at westbancoarena.com. For more information, visit MEC Tournament Central at mountaineast.org and come and join us for the 2022 Mountain East Conference Basketball Championships presented by the Health Plan. The Mountain East Conference men's and women's basketball tournament is